Last week I was talking with a potential client and she was telling me how frustrated she was with Windows 11 File Explorer. And I realized, oh, I haven't done a tutorial on that yet. And Windows 11 has been out for almost 2 years. So let's dive in and learn how to use Windows 11 File Explorer to organize your digital photos. Hi, I'm Mollie Bartelt. I own Pixologie, where we've been organizing people's print and digital pictures for over 10 years. We help people feel confident and motivated that they're getting their memories saved the right way the first time. Windows 11 File Explorer is just not that different from Windows 10 File Explorer, but there are some subtle changes that I think make the File Explorer easier to use with Windows 11. The most important thing that you can do, though, is to make sure that you have a consistent folder naming formula so that you always are working with your pictures in the same way. Our formula for naming photos, if you haven't seen it before, I have it here. It's 4 digits for the date, 2 digits for the month, and 2 digits for the date and a description. And we have some variations that you can look at. This folder naming structure will really help you significantly consolidate your pictures to one location. And we usually think of that as being, you're in your pictures folder. You could make a photos to organize folder or a master folder for all of those pictures you know are clean and ready to preserve for the future. In today's video, we're going to do a quick tour of the new version of File Explorer. I'm going to talk about metadata because you can still edit metadata the same way. And then I'm going to show you how you organize pictures using 2 windows to move pictures around. Have you subscribed yet? If not, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be alerted when I upload new videos to help you on your memory saving journey. So now we're going to take that tour of Windows 11 File Explorer. We are looking at File Explorer in Windows 11. The left-hand panel, the navigation pane, looks the same as Windows 10. This area here is the quick access area, and you can see the icons are a little more stylized. If you have a really important folder that you come to often, you can just simply drag it right into your quick access area and it will be pinned there. When you're done using it and you want to unpin it, you just right-click on it, so right-click and unpin from quick access. Sometimes people have additional folders here, and that's because there's another option that's turned on. You can find that under these 3 dots and see more and click options. Under the options, there's this privacy area, and it says show recently used files and show frequently used folders. I keep that unchecked so that it's kind of clean looking. So I'm going to click cancel there. So that's the quick access area. And then, of course, underneath, it's your computer and the devices that you have connected to your computer. I am going to just connect my iPhone, and I will give permission from my phone to allow the computer to see the pictures. So now my iPhone is connected with that USB cord, and we'll be talking about that in a bit. The area to view your pictures here is the same as before. On the bottom left, you can see how many items there are and how many are selected. Across the top, above your images, is the path. This path is really important because you want to know where you are working when you are working with your pictures. So I'm in this MB demo folder, and that's located in my pictures folder in my user folder on my hard drive. Occasionally, people have pictures being saved in their user folder as well as a OneDrive folder, which might show up in your navigation pane. And keeping track of which folder you're in really helps you figure out and untangle some of the duplicate photos you might have on your computer. Then across the top, we have the very simplified ribbon bar. In Windows 10, this had many more options and tabs. I think this is actually much simpler to use. Here's your click, to create a new item in the current location. Most often, you're just going to be creating a folder. You have the cut, copy, and paste icons whenever something is selected. And then you have this rename icon, which is pretty handy to have. There's a share icon, which I don't think is real useful. And then, of course, you have the delete the trash can. When you click on something, like a folder or a picture, you select it. When you right click on it, you get those same icons and a few more options to use if you like. The next area across that top bar is sort, and this is where you can sort items by name, by date, and there's even more options. Quite often I like to sort things by date taken, and then you can sort them with the lowest values at the top or vice versa. You can also group the items in your folder by name, by date, by type. Type is really useful if you have a mix of documents, folders, and videos. Sometimes that's helpful. Then we have the view drop-down menu. And here's where you can change the size of your icons. You can go to the details view, which I do frequently. I'm quite often opening up the details view. I'll just put it back on large icons. The other important part of this drop-down is the show drop-down options. This is where you can show or hide the navigation, details, and preview pane. So sometimes people accidentally have their file explorer looking like this and you can't find your links to other places on your computer. You're going to go to View, Show, and make sure your navigation pane is turned on. Similarly, you can also have a pane on the right-hand side. That's the preview pane. So when you're clicked on a photo, it'll show you a larger version of it. You can go for the more detailed pane and actually have a picture and show the information for that picture, which is actually called the metadata. And just to point out, when you have a picture selected, you'll have a few more options up at the top. Now that we have the details pane open, let's talk about metadata. Metadata is all sorts of information that is, embedded in your digital file. So you can see some of it here. The three that we focus on the most, besides the size of the photo, is date taken, the tags, and the comments. File Explorer allows you to edit those, and you can edit one at a time or multiple pictures at the same time. When working with metadata, I like to have the view set as details. This way I can see at a glance the date, if there's tags. I like to add the date taken column, so you simply right click. Let me just click off here. You right click on the bar, the headings for the columns, and you select date taken. If this isn't showing, you click more, and then you scroll down to the date taken. You can see how many different pieces of metadata there possibly could be for a picture or any file on your computer. Now I have the date taken column, which is really helpful. You might want to add this if you're not sure that the date that's listed in the standard view is accurate. For this bunch of pictures, I'm pretty sure my date is accurate, but we'll just sort the pictures by date by clicking on that column. So now you can see my newest pictures are at the top. This is where I'm going to go to sort and click ascending so that the oldest pictures are at the top. So now you see I have some photos that are dated 1970, 72, 74. Clearly I've been editing the date taken on these. So here's our photo. And on the right-hand side, you can see I have it set for January 1st, 1970. Let's just say we realized, oh, this was 68. You can just click in the date taken field and type in 1968. All right? And I hit return to save it. You can select multiple pictures and change the date. All right, that's the date taken area. Now we have the tags. Tags are typically 1 to 2 word terms that help you kind of find similar pictures. I could add portraits for this one because this is a portrait. You can add tags like who it is. So if I just type in Darlene H, we've got that in there. And here in the column, you can see that that's added. The next area that we worry about editing is the comments area. I do not usually put anything in for the title. There is one here, Darlene 7, and I think that's because this was sent to me. When you have a title and comments, some programs will overwrite your title with the comments, and others will take your title and overwrite the comments. So just stick with tags and comments, and I think you'll be safe. The comments is the place where you can write the story. So this photo was taken in Chicago and is the only photo of Darlene when she was under 10. When you're done adding the comments, you just click save. And now it is in there. Of course, it's hard for anybody to view this information because it's sitting on your computer. And if you shared this with someone, will they know to open up File Explorer and go look at the comments? Our simple go-to solution is Forever. When you upload these pictures to Forever, the comments and tags are viewable right away, and you can share it with other people who can read it easily. Is this information helpful so far? If so, give the video a thumbs up so that other people know it's good material to watch. Now, let's talk about organizing photos. So we're going to have two windows open, and we're going to be dragging pictures back and forth. Now, dragging is one verb, but really what we're doing is we're either moving or copying pictures. When we drag photos from a folder on our computer to another folder on our computer, we're just simply moving them, all right? When we have a device connected, like our phone or the USB drive, and we take pictures and we drag them from the device over to the computer, now we are copying pictures. I just like for people to know what they're actually doing and removing or copying. Occasionally, you might move pictures from a folder on your computer to another folder on your computer, and it says copy instead of move. That's a little frustrating because we don't want to make duplicates on our computer, so keep an eye out for it. All right, I'm going to open two windows up and we're going to demonstrate this. To make two windows, I first turn off the details pane because it's going to just get in the way. So we go to that show drop down and turn off the details pane. Then I hit these two squares up here that'll help you make the windows smaller. You want to get it so that you have a window that's taking about half of the space. You also will right-click on the Windows folder icon and click File Explorer to get a new window to show. And you're just going to size this up so that you've got two of them sitting next to each other. I like to have the folder that I'm moving pictures to or copying pictures to on the right-hand side. So I'm opening up my demo folder and I've got my items listed here. So now I have two windows open and I am in the same folder, but my goal is to take these 300 and so items and get them into folders that are, more easy to look at than just a stack full of pictures. So right now I had my photos organized by date, and I can see I have the 1970s photos, and on the right hand side I'm going to click New, click Folder, and I'm going to call this 1970s photos. It could be, 2021 photos or 2021-12 December photos. You make your folder over here, and then you go on the left side and you find all your pictures that you want to move there. And I have one selected, and I'm going to hold the Shift key down and select the last picture that I want selected. So now I have 24 photos. I don't know why these 4 don't have a date, but I'm going to take these 24 photos and I'm dragging them over to the 1970s photos, and look at the words there. It says move to 1970s photos. So I'm going to drop them in there. And now you can see my folder only has 279 pictures. I'll scroll up, and there is the 1970s photos. Now things are organized by date, which on this side, I'd rather see things organized by name. So my folders appear chronologically. We'll do this one more time. I'll make a folder for the 2020 photos. So let's just say we're only going to put the photos that are from the year 2020. Then I'm just making the folder, say 2020 photos. If it was for the decade, I'd put 2020's photos. Anyway, let's scroll down here on this side. We just have 2 pictures so far. So I am going to again drag them over to the 2020 photos folder. And you just start cleaning your folders up by making the nested folders inside, all right? So that's moving. When we drag pictures from one folder on our computer to another, we are moving them. Now, I will say sometimes when you're working in OneDrive, when you move pictures, or let me rephrase that, when you drag pictures from a OneDrive folder over to your computer, sometimes it says copying, and you really have to watch out because you could end up with a duplicate set of photos. All right, now let's look at the Apple iPhone. All right, this is showing here because I gave my phone permission to give this computer access to my internal folder, the DCIM folder. Apple recently updated the operating system so that now when you look at your folders of pictures, they actually have years on them. So you can see I have 2023 08, that's for August. It's not quite our formula, but it's pretty close. Let's say I wanted to take my July photos, which I always recommend saving your last month's photos to your computer. Let's take my July photos. I had already gone through them on my phone and deleted the ones I don't want. And when we drag it over to this demo folder, you can see now it says copy. All right, so we're going to drop it in there and let it copy. Now this can take a little bit of time, especially if you have movies, so we'll let this run. Okay, it has finished. Now we would like these folders to match the rest of my folders and not be split in 2. So here again, I'm going to take this left-hand side and go to my pictures folder. I have the folder open now, and you can see I have an A folder for my July 2023 photos. I believe Apple does this when you have a lot of pictures. It just splits them up between 2 folders. So I'm going to open the A folder, and you're going to see these .aae files. These are the edits that I made to these pictures. So maybe I brightened something or I cropped something. I really don't care. I probably did that just in the moment to share a picture. So this is a good time to go to sort and group by type. So now these files are all together, and I can just click one, hold the shift key down and select the last one and delete those. All right, now I'm left with my pictures, and I'll select all by doing Control A, and I'm going to move them from the A folder over to the main July folder. And of course there's some similar files in the destination. If that happens, you're going to click Let Me Decide for each file. And these clearly are different pictures. So somehow something happened, and we definitely want to keep both of them. So you can check both of them, and then it will do its thing. They're both called image 3001, and it's why this is important to keep on top of your pictures. So we'll just click continue, and now this folder over here is empty because I moved them. And we will delete that folder. So I right clicked on it and I'll click delete. Then I'm done with that part, so I'll make this bigger, and I'll just change the view to large icons because it's more fun to look at that way. And I'm going to right click on the folder, and I'm going to rename it with our formula, 2023-07 photos. And that's how you work with your pictures, having those two windows open to move or copy photos around to one place. So I'm hoping this little tutorial has given you an idea of how Windows 11 File Explorer works. Did I miss something? Leave a comment below. I'll be happy to answer it there or in a future video. If you're really challenged with using your computer and figuring this all out, I'd love to talk with you. Tech problems are more often what's stalling people in getting their memories saved. See the link below and you can schedule a time with me. And if you need help with Microsoft OneDrive, if that's driving you nuts, watch this video next where I kind of do a deep dive into it. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time.